Good morning. Good morning. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Come on, say it with me. Wake up and win, wake up and win, wake up and win. Listen, good morning and happy Friday. It is a fabulous Friday, and y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it. It's a fabulous Friday. Y'all know how we do it. Wake up and win, wake up and win, wake up and win. And I am so glad to be on with you all on this fabulous Friday. This week has been kind of up and down with things. Things have been a little up and down, and we're going to talk about it this morning. We're going to talk about this morning managing disruptions and disappointments while we out here trying to win. Guess what, y'all? Life is going to present to us disruptions and disappointments. And I am not telling you anything you do not know. But what I do want to offer to you is how do we stay winning or stay in the mindset, stay in the framework, stay focused on our win in the midst of disruptions and disappointments. And we're going to get into that this morning because as we just said, life is going to present them. This week has been one of those weeks for me, having to do with my children and work. There have been some disruptions and a couple of disappointments. And what I came to last night, this is the agreement that I made with myself last night. Even if I had to, because as those of you that watch me here, 2 days this week I wasn't able to come on live. And I was going to put on myself the pressure of let me make up a show. And I said no, because we've always said to our audience we were building from an authentic place, right? We've always said we're building from an authentic place. And so authentically, life took a couple of turns that I wasn't expecting. And trying to navigate making up two shows when just being honest that there were some disruptions and disappointments. And I couldn't do it all on my own. Now, at some point, I will have a team and we will have some pre-recorded shows and we'll have other things mastered where the show won't take a break. But I am at this point a one woman sister girl operation. And so it is what it is until it's something else. But what the building process looks like, right? That there will be disappointments and things that you did not plan for, disruptions in your process of winning. That should be accounted for. Just like we buy insurance on our vehicles, some people purchase maintenance insurance because it's inevitable that at some point your car is going to need service or some kind of repair. And so people buy those insurances. You may not need it today, you may not need it, but at some point you're going to need it. It's the reason why we have medical insurance and dental insurance and all the other insurances because we recognize that at some point things are going to happen. And so even in this winning journey, we have to account for things may just happen. And what happens when I'm on my pathway, on my journey to build out my win for life, right? I have made big plans to be in the gym every day. I had a major disappointment and disruption. I couldn't get there. So I had a backup plan. I had to quickly adjust. And what I'm offering to you, what I want you to consider is don't get all the way discouraged in the disruption and disappointments. Plan for it. Plan for it. Put not an alternative plan, but an alternative support. What can support you if things don't go the way you expect? And you may not be able to predict all the potential disruptions, disappointments, but you don't have to predict those if you have some things in place that'll help you continue to win. That'll help you continue to at least stay in momentum, to at least stay in flow. So I didn't get to the gym this week. I didn't get on live every day this week. But I had some alternatives to making connections, to building the business that I was able to work on, that I was able to give time to, that kept me in the momentum of my win, in the momentum of my flow, in the momentum of my journey and my pathway. And what I want to offer to you is to account for there will be some disruptions and disappointments. What will be my backup plan? What will be the alternative? What will I do in place of? So I couldn't come on live and I didn't get to do my workout. So when I didn't get to go to the gym, I worked out in my home. That's my backup. That's my alternative. When my gym life ain't winning the way I want it to, my backup, my go-to is my home workouts. I didn't get to go live like I wanted to, but I did spend some additional energy in working on some other pre-recorded content. And I just had to release the things that I could not do and had no control over. And what I want to offer you today is disruptions, disappointments will happen. And we have to manage those. And one of the key ways to managing is to prepare for them. We cannot prepare for specific disruption, disappointments. But we can be really clear in our minds that disruptions and disappointments will happen and what will be my alternative. And again, it's not about having everything worked out, but asking yourself, okay, if I can't do this, what else can I do? If this doesn't work out, what are my options? If that doesn't go as expected, what's the next step? Foresee, see ahead, foresee if a disruption, disappointment comes up, what are my options? What are my alternatives? What can I do in place of? And I want to just invite you to think about those things. One of the ways that helps me to have an idea of what my options, alternatives are, is to have a nice to do list of all the things that I need to do to win this week. And what are the baby steps? What are the big steps? What are the big rocks? And at any given point, I can work on those when I can't do one thing or the other. I have my list. I have my breakout. I have my task, whatever you want to call it. But disruptions and disappointments are going to happen. And you and I have to be, have to be prepared for that. So account for them. It's like I said, I wasn't able to come on live like I wanted to get to the gym like I wanted to. So I worked out at home and I worked on some alternative content. But guess what didn't stop? My flow. My winning flow, my journey did not stop. It didn't stop. The momentum didn't stop. So, how are you planning for disruptions and disappointments? How are you building your backup plan? What are your alternatives? What are your options? And have those things prepared, written down, someplace, sticky notes, whatever you have to do. And understand that that's going to happen. It's going to be part of the win. And where a lot of people stop winning is when disruptions and disappointments come up and they don't have an alternative, they don't have options, they don't have a backup plan. And a backup plan does not mean you're changing the plan. A backup plan means you're changing your support to fulfill your plan. You're changing your support to fulfill your plan. So spend some time today, this week, and really line iteming those things. Put them on paper, write them out, put together the script. But whatever you do, don't come off your winning journey. Do not come off your winning journey. All right. Now, I've also said we're going to be adding on community news. So listen, Monday, I went to an important meeting last night, a bridge making meeting, and I'm going to share what I learned from that with you all on Monday because it's kind of exhaustive and I need to put my list together. But I do want to share for you some really good news. And one of my reasons I'm celebrating today, one of our wins, is the department that I work for. We just received another grant. Yes, I wrote another grant. I wrote a grant for our office and we were approved and awarded. Why am I sharing that with you? Why am I sharing that with you? Number one, we got some programming coming up that you all are going to be able to tap into and take advantage of in the future. Not right now, but in the future. But I'm also sharing that with you to consider what are some ways that you can increase your streams of income to do the things that you love to do. One of the things that I like and I enjoy doing is working with individuals who have nonprofits or want to have a nonprofit, how to develop a nonprofit, how to get started on their nonprofit. But also, if you have a nonprofit, how do I write grants and get funding? That's an area of expertise for me. It's one of the ways I win. One of my streams of income is working with nonprofits, working with small nonprofits, particularly smaller nonprofits, and helping them write grants to get awarded for funding sources, funding resources for their programs or projects. So listen, if you know someone in that arena, if that's you, you have a nonprofit or you're thinking about a nonprofit and you want to get started, you want to, do some funding, raising, hit your girl up. We were just awarded another grant. I'm excited about that, but that's one of the ways that I'm out here winning. It's one of the ways I want to help you win. If you have a nonprofit or thinking about having a nonprofit and you want to get into fundraising through grant writing, hit up your girl. Click the link below. Let's coach together. Visit my link tree. Let's coach and let me help you figure that strategy out. The last thing I want to share with you is the Win Experience. Yes, the Win Experience is coming up May 28th, 2023, next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday. Have you registered for the Win Experience? If you have not, click the link below in the description and come and join us for the Win Experience. Myself, my two guests, Felicia Wright, Don Strozier. Then we have some other, and because this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, we're going to have a mental health professional talk to us a little bit about winning and mindset, our mental health and winning. Can't win if my mental health isn't well. So she's going to talk to us briefly about mental health and winning. And then we got some other treats for you. But also we're going to have food. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have music. So come and join us May 28th for the Win Experience. Click the link below and come join us. Now, at the end of every show, what do we say? Let's get up, let's get out there, and let's go win. Get up, get out there, and let's go win. And I'll see you all on Monday. We out. Peace.